First of all, what is a chart? A chart is a graphical representation of your data, and there are two different ways I'm going to show you of how you can insert a chart onto your slide. One way is that if you have the content box, well, then just go ahead and hover over and click on the Insert Chart icon. If you don't have a content box and you don't want to update the slide's layout to include one, but you still want to insert a chart, then the other way is to come up here and click on the Insert tab, go to the Illustrations group, and there you go, click on the Chart button there. Brings up the Insert Chart window. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that because the way I'd like to insert the chart is from the content box. Why? Because typically 9 times out of 10 when you insert something from the content box, like the chart, the table, picture, whatever, it'll keep it, once it's inserted, to about the same size of the box there, which is kind of nice, okay? Let me go ahead and click on Insert Chart, brings up the same window. It's divided to the left and right. On the left-hand side, you have all the categories. The right, well, whatever you select on the left-hand side. So column selected, so there's the column category here with all the column charts. In fact, you can see down below the line chart, you can just keep scrolling down. But if you want to jump to a category like donut, click on it, takes you right to it. So you can do that, or you can go ahead and scroll up and down. In any case, I'm going back up to the top to the column here. And notice when I hover over any one of the charts, it gives me the name of the chart, clustered columns. So that way if you want to tell somebody, hey, this is a great chart, use this, you don't have to say, well, it's in the column category, it's the first row, first column. No, just, well, although that would be helpful, you can still give it to them by name. I'm going to go ahead and select it, click Okie dokie, and it does two things. Inserts a chart, but based upon what data? The data that's found in the Excel program that opened up with it on the Excel spreadsheet. If you don't know anything about Excel, then I recommend that you watch my Excel 2010 training videos so you have an idea of what we're talking about here, okay? Because PowerPoint is kind of the jack of all trades. I mean, it's about presentation, right? It's not about really tables or spreadsheets or charts, although you can insert them and create them into PowerPoint. They're more specialized into their appropriate programs, like for charts, Excel, and then for Word tables. If you want to know more, then watch my Word 2010 training videos on tables. If you want to know more about charts, then I recommend that you watch my Excel 2010 training videos on charts. Here we're just going to go ahead and give you enough so you can actually create one inside the PowerPoint presentation. In any case, within the spreadsheet here, you have the labels for the category and the series. What are the categories and series? Well, let me go ahead and click and drag the title bar up so we can take a look at our chart down below on the slide. If you remember your math class, algebra, well, the category is the x-axis, the horizontal axis, and the y-axis is the series or value axis, okay? So the categories, what do you want to categorize your series, or those things that you want to actually keep track of that would belong to category 1, 2, 3, or 4. For this example in this training video, I'm going to have 3 categories. I'm going to relabel them by year. 2009, 2010, 2011, I'll get rid of that one. So for these years, I'm going to keep track of, well, 3 different things. The ghosts that were caught on film, the ghosts that were caught on audio, and then those that were just personal experiences. So what I need to do, if I want to update this to reflect that data, I need to come over here in the spreadsheet and just start typing over the data that's within the, well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a blue box there. Anything that's within it is going to be displayed in the chart. Anything on the outside of it, it doesn't see it, okay? So if I need more categories, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then hover over the lower right-hand corner until you see 2 arrows pointing in opposite directions, then click and drag down, and you can go ahead and notice how the chart bumps open for a category 5. In any case, go ahead and type it in, hit the tab key, type in some numbers, whatever numbers, hit the tab key numbers, and as you start typing them in, watch how the chart updates. Now notice how I exaggerated a number here. All the other numbers are just lower numbers, and so they're really crunched down here when it's compared to a number in the hundreds here, because that shoots off and it's got to make room for all that, so it crunches everything down. So if I don't want to include this, then I can either go ahead and delete it, or better yet, just let me click off, hover over the lower right hand corner, and then click and drag up, and then notice, because it's outside the box, it's still there, but it's not part of the chart down below, okay? So that way I can still keep my data if I want to include it later. Now it's not just down, but you can actually click and drag over to the right. And then you can see in the chart, we still have our categories here, total of 4, right? But the series, instead of 3, we have 4, and you can see here we can start typing in some numbers, and then after a second they'll start updating with a different color column there. So instead of 3, we've got 4. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this up. Let me click off in a blank area, hover over the lower right hand corner, click and drag in so it doesn't include a 4 series, and then see if this makes sense. Really, it's up to you how you want to put this together, but how I'm going to do it in this video, and if you want to learn more, again, watch my Excel 2010 training videos on charts. For categories, again, it's going to be for years. I'm going to categorize and group all the ghosts that we caught on film, audio, and personal experiences by year. So here's the category 1, which is for the first year, 2009, hit enter, then 2010, hit enter, and then 2011, hit enter. I don't want a fourth category. I can delete it or just hover over the lower right hand corner of that blue box, as it were, and click and drag up, and there we go, updates it, and now we got the categories. For the year 2009, we have, well, 3 series. What is a series? Well, I'm going to go ahead and replace series with the ghosts that we caught on film, so I'll type in film, hit the tab key, ghosts that we caught on audio, hit the tab key, and those that, well, I'll call it PE for personal experiences, okay? Ghosts that we didn't catch on film or audio, but something we experienced personally, hit enter. And there you go. And then all I have to do is go ahead and type over the default numbers with my own numbers. For 2009, we could say, let's do 25, audio maybe 30, personal experiences 15. I hit enter on the keyboard, it returns to where I first started in the row above, and you can learn all about those tips and tricks in my Excel 2010 training videos. When I'm done, all I have to do is come up here in the upper right hand corner, click on the close button, click off in a blank area, and hey, looks kind of cool, doesn't it?